Okay, for today's project, I'm going to be using two 5-gallon paint stir sticks. You can get these at any hardware store. Sometimes they give them away and sometimes they sell them for a couple dollars. I'm going to be painting my stir sticks with a purple petunia purple paint. Both of these rolls of mesh, definitely zip ties. The tools I'm going to be using are scissors, a rotary cutter, a wood burner, and wire cutters. You do not have to use a wood burner, and if you don't have a rotary cutter, just use scissors or whatever it is that you have to cut the mesh. And that is it. Let's get on to the wreath. Okay, friends, first of all, I had the two paint stir sticks. I had my husband cut the 13 inches of it off. This is going to be our crossbar. So you need to take your stir stick and just cut 13 inches of it all. We're going to leave one hole. And again, this is 13 inches. So what I do, I like to work on this side because the mesh is going to cover up the writing. And I'm going to go about 7 inches down to put the crossbar on. Get my measuring tape. Yeah, it starts at the 7 with the 8 in the middle. So we're going to go down, put the crossbar starting at 7 inches. I've got my middle marked. This again is 13 inches. I'll have all of the information down in the description. If you go down there, you can hit more. It will all come up. So you guys, this is what I'm going to do. I bought this glue here from the Dollar Tree, and I'm simply amazed with it. It works so good. It works as good as E6000. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of glue, not a whole lot, you don't need a lot, on the back of our crossbar. And put it on there. I like to clip mine together so that it's on there really good. Now this paint takes quite a while to dry, so you won't want to move it right away. You could use hot glue to do this, but it's not going to hold as good as E6000 or this glue here. Came straight from the Dollar Tree, and it was $1 because I bought it years ago. Works absolutely fantastic. All right, we're gonna move on. Okay guys, I forgot to tell you in the very beginning, I do have it in the description box. These paint sticks that I'm using are 21 inches long. This is going to be the top, the neck of the spine. This is the spine underneath. It's 21 inches long. My crossbar is cut to 13. I have a glass cutting board right here. It's smooth on one side, beveled on the other. I have marks at 10 inches apart, all the way down it. So how I'm going to cut my mesh with this, I take the mesh rolling down towards the cutting board. You want it facing down. It's much easier to do. And what I do, I put a rock on it, also from the Dollar Tree. And I want my squares to be exactly 10 inches because my mesh is 10 inches wide and I'll have a 10-inch square. So I'm going to cut this piece at 10 inches. Just like that. You do not have to use a rotary cutter. So we have a 10 by 10 inch square. Now I'm going to show you how I would do it with a rotary cutter. With a rotary cutter, I simply line up my mesh on my mat 10 inches apart. So I'm going to go to the 10 and the 20 and start my mesh there. So I'll start at the 20. Go to the 10 and cut it with a rotary cutter. You know, if you don't have a mat under your rotary cutter, it's going to dig into whatever it is you're cutting it on. So you have to be careful. I'm going to use the rotary cutter to cut this at 10 inches. And we get the same result. So you do not have to use a wood burner. You could use scissors to cut it to 10 inches. All right, let's get started. Okay, friends, like I said, we have a 10-inch square. The way I'm going to make the petals for this cross, I'm going to keep this into a square shape. Turn the finished side to the left. And what we're going to do is take one corner and simply roll it up to meet the other corner. So you have something like this. Now we're going to put them together. And I like to zip tie the ends of mine. So that's what I will be doing. You kind of want your points to be the same way. So that your edges are pointed. I take a zip tie and put it on the petal. Now what I'm going to be doing is cutting off the bulky part up here, because as we put them on the stir stick, I don't want them to be crooked. I don't want them to stand up on the stir stick. So what I do is take my scissors. Now I've got a little trash can down here. And cut off the zip tie first. And then I'm going to cut this little nub here off because it's just in the way. Yep. Alrighty, this is one petal. Isn't it pretty? Let me know down in the description box what you think. Please leave a comment for me after this video or during it. It doesn't matter. Here's my first petal. Gold mesh is also cut to 10 inches. It's a 10-inch wide roll, and we cut it 10 inches wide in width. What I do is take the corner of the mesh. First, I got the curl side up. Manufactured edge, manufactured edge. Turn this one to the left. So now we have a diamond. And I'm going to roll this petal up to the end. And fold it up. You can use a rubber band, zip tie, what have you. Actually, the zip ties are going to be on the wreath, so already I like to do it that way, and I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. Here's the gold petal. I'm going to zip tie this together. Could have used rubber bands. It probably would have been easier. All right, I have not trimmed the top of these. This would be a wonderful cross for every day, for Easter, for a loved one that's in a cemetery. It makes a beautiful cross. All right, now I'm going to cut these nubs off because they won't lay flat. Just like that. You just need a little bit to go into the... I've got me a little trash can over here. So, now we need to put them together. This is where I think my rubber bands are going to come in handy, because I can just put them together like this. I'll have 4 rolls in every piece of deco mesh. Okay, you guys, this is the gold one, and this is the purple one. Remember, you guys, you can rewind, fast forward, do whatever you need to do. Let's move on to the cross. Okay, friends, I'm back to the cross, and what I'm going to do, everything's dry and set up. The glue is very good. In the beginning, I thought I was going to paint the cross purple, but I changed my mind, and I'm going to paint it white. Now, I'm not going to have you watch me paint my whole cross. I may just paint the front of my cross and not the back, because the back looks good. It's just natural wood. Here we go. I'm just using a sponge brush with white paint, simply going over the front. And of course, this is going to probably take me a couple coats. This step is not necessary. Our paint stick is wood on the back, so it's going to look nice and neat. I just like to paint mine because I think it gives it more of a finished look. So I'm going to go ahead and finish painting the cross white, and I will be back when I'm done doing that. Now is a good time to take a break and like and subscribe to my channel if you would, please, and give me a thumbs up. That really helps. Now you're probably wondering how you would put this out in the elements. I'm going to show you when I get done making the cross how I make my crosses 100% waterproof. Okay, friends, now I'm going to start adding zip ties to the bottom of our wreath. Just make sure it clicks a couple of times. You don't want to do more than that because you won't be able to get the nub of your petal up underneath there. So I pull down. I've got 4 on here. I'm sure I'll need more. I can always add zip ties. Take it down to about a 1/2 inch. Grab your petal, and you're going to want to put it underneath there. I use needle nose pliers to pull my zip tie tight, and then just simply cut it off. So our first petal is on the cross. The back looks very nice and neat. And we're going to go from here. Next, I will do purple. Pull down the zip tie to where it's about a 1/2 inch before you get to the top of this petal. You're going to put your zip tie about a 1/2 inch on. Stick your petal up underneath there. Straighten it out before you tighten it up. and pull. I think that's going to look very pretty. This is a brand new petal. I've never done it before, and like I said, I've never made a cross on 5-gallon stir sticks for paint. Don't know why. I've made lots of crosses on a yardstick. This is a perfect size though. Okay, as you guys can see, I have the gold and the purple. Now we're going to go back to the gold, and I'm going to be alternating every one all the way up to the crossbar. So I'm going to grab my rubber band. I'm going to grab my zip tie, put the nub of it up underneath. Now I want to be able to pull this down a bit because I don't want the tie of the previous petal showing. So there we go. And I'm going to tighten this up. Okay, I'm going to put another couple of ties on here. It's just easier to have them on the wreath frame that we're using than trying to hold the petal and put them on that way. So I just get them ready to go straight on. Now we're back to purple. Cut this tie off. Put it down on there. And bring it up so you can get your petal up underneath it. Just like this. Making sure the tie is where you can reach it. That's helpful. And yeah, I think I'm going to go with this. Pull it super tight. Well, that was super tight. It broke my zip tie in half. Oh well. We'll cut off this nub. Back to the gold. Remember, up underneath the zip tie that you did, that's already on the board, ready for the petal. Push it down. Oh, it just fell out. And tighten up your zip tie. Put 3 more on there. Back to the purple. Down on the board. Slip your zip tie down over the top of it. And we don't have to fuss with the zip tie because it's already on the board. Already on our stir stick cross. After making all the crosses on yardstick, I just can't believe I never thought of making it on a paint stick. But I did. I pull those too tight all the time. It's okay though. And of course, it's going to be gold. Here's our zip tie. You want the tail at the top so it's easier to pull closed. Okay. I'm going to push this down a bit. And I will tighten it up. It's turning out absolutely beautiful, you guys. I'm happy with it so far. Pull this tight and cut my zip tie tail off. Purple. Yeah, I've already got all my petals made up. I like to sit down and make them up in the evening. So that way, it's all you have to do, excuse me, all you have to do is put them on the paint stick cross with the zip ties. Okay. Now, I want to end with gold. So, pull this down a bit. Got enough room for a gold petal right there. Very, very pretty, you guys. It's beautiful. I know the camera doesn't pick up the sparkle and the mesh, but it is there. Okay, like I said, I want to end on gold. So, take this gold one. It's going to go right here, right up against the crossbar. I don't have another zip tie available, so I'm going to add one. Okay, you guys, we've completed the bottom of the cross. It's absolutely beautiful. For the bottom of the cross, I used 1, 2, 3, 5 gold petals, and 1, 2, 3, 4 purple. So in a total, I have 9 petals on the bottom of the wreath spine. Oh, it's so pretty, you guys. It's so sparkly. Perfect for Easter or every day. If you do not celebrate Easter, this cross can go on your door. It can even go outside, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do to it to make that. So again, I've got this about 1/2 inch from the very top. And tighten that up. And cut off the zip tie tail. I'm going to continue going. Okay, friends, while I'm right here, I've worked my way down to the neck of the paint stir stick where it goes in like this. I'm going to take 2 pipe cleaners, Chanel stems, whatever you call them, twist them together because I want this to be really sturdy. Twist it around itself. Okay, now right here where the neck is, I'm going to go right up underneath the petal. Or as a matter of fact, I'm just going to put this on underneath this petal, right where the neck is. Turn it over. Twist it a couple times. Take these that are still, make sure it's trying to get like one solid piece of wire. I just figured 2 would work better than 1. And then we've got these. I'm just going to tie them together, wrapping them around themselves once again. And when I get my glue gun out here in a little bit, I will put some glue right here so that I know this is not going anywhere. I don't have my glue gun plugged in right now, but I will before the end of the video and show you how I made the hanger. So this will be our hanger. Okay, moving on to the gold. And this end is not cut off. There you go. Just place it down into the tie. Bring it up around it so that little nub or the head of the petal is in there. You want them about the same distance apart as the ones on the bottom. There we go. Nice and tight. The next one will be purple. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to add about 3 more zip ties. I do it this way so you're not fussing with putting them on while trying to hold your petal in your hand and clasp the zip tie. All right, I'm going to put 3 on here. And we're going to start back with the purple. Put it down on there, as close as you can get it to the previous petal. Pull your zip tie up around it. You want that really nice and secure. And pull it together. Okay, friends, I said I wanted to end both the top of the cross and the bottom with a gold petal, and that is what happened. We're not going to worry about any of this middle until we get done, because this is where our bow and flowers are going to go. So you will not see any of this. So here's the back of the top we just completed. Like I said, I'm going to put some glue on this and it will be super sturdy. So far on the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7 petals go on the top of your cross and 9 on the bottom. Okay, let's do the cross guard. Start adding petals to it. And of course, we want to start with gold. Okay, friends, I'm going to start on the crossbar. I've already put my zip ties on. And again, we're going to start with gold because all the petals on the very ends are gold. So I'm going to stick with it. Get my needle nose pliers. Tighten that up. And again, I'm about a 1/2 inch from the very edge. So here's the zip tie. I've got about that much room. They're on there super tight. They're not going to fall off. And I'm going to carry on with the purple. And of course, I'm just going to alternate like I have been doing. Gold, purple, gold. And pull this up. I just think this is so pretty. Okay, cut that off. Next gold one. Pull the zip tie down over the top. Want that little nub to go in there. Tighten that zip tie up. Yeah, that's in there super tight. Now, excuse me. Now, a paint stir stick, a 5-gallon paint stir stick, is quite a bit thicker than a yardstick. So as you can see, these are on there super, super tight. I want this to be down a bit. Tighten this up. And cut it off. Okay, now I'm moving on to the gold petal. Grab another zip tie. And wrap that on around. I'm going to end on gold because I've ended on gold with all the other pieces of mesh. Like I said, you're not going to be able to see this because I'm going to have a bow there. Cut that off. So for the sidebar, the crossbar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've used 5 petals, 3 gold and 2 purple. Now I'm going to do the other side, and I'll meet you back here in just a few. Okay, you guys, I've made it back to the center of the wreath. I made it to the center of the wreath, and this is what we have. We have 4 petals of 4 rolls on each side. I ended with gold. Now, I have been fussing with this ribbon that I picked up from Walmart because I have loads of ribbon, but I did not have a deep purple ribbon. And this stuff is very hard to work with. It's sheer. I started out by putting gold in the bow. Then I changed my mind. So yeah, this is what we have. I'm going to put the bow on here. I may have to put a piece of deco mesh or something down here before I attach the bow all the way. I'm just putting it on to see how it looks for now. Okay, I'm putting the bow on to see just how it looks, if it's going to be okay. And like I said, I may add deco mesh underneath this bow before I get pictures. But this is the paint stick cross, paint stir stick cross. So I'm going to tie this on here. The back of it looks so nice and neat. No need to cover it. Everything's clear or white. And I will finish this pipe cleaner. I will deal with it in just a few. Okay, friends. Sorry about the abrupt ending to this video, but this is the cross that I made on the paint stir sticks. This could be an Easter cross or an everyday cross. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll get notifications every time I put a video up. It's absolutely free. I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, here it is hanging up on the door. I don't have a recording light over here, so it may look dark to you guys. But this is it. All you need is 2 5-gallon paint stir sticks and whatever mesh you're going to use. And like I said, you can use 1 roll of mesh. It doesn't have to be 2. And you'll have enough out of 1 roll of mesh to make the entire cross. I'll put the petal count down in the description box. Go down, hit like, then go to my description, and you'll see everything that I used and the counts of all the petals, top, bottom, and each side. There you go. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment down in the comment section. Tell me what you would have done differently or an idea that you have. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye. I was talking about this Ultra Cover Clear Gloss made by Rust-oleum. I have sprayed a lot of my wreaths with this. When I make petal wreaths, I usually spray each petal one at a time, but this stuff makes your wreath water repellent or pretty much waterproof. And this is what I was talking about earlier. So I've used it on a lot of wreaths, and they've never turned yellow either. So I've had good luck with it. I know some people say they haven't, but I have. So I'm going to fluff this bow out, hang it up, and I will show you some pictures. And listen, you guys, please give me a thumbs up for this video. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's absolutely free. And I'm going to get some pictures of this, and I'll see you on my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.